takes over the synthesizer game. NAMM 2025 is over. Buchla and Friends is over. But Behringer stole the show, man. And I got to tell you something. If you're looking to get into synthesizers, you're new to electronic music, there's no better time in history than right now, because you can get analog synthesizers, old classic inspired remakes for pennies on the dollar, and they're made high quality, they're made with premium sound. The only thing a little bit shady is the knobs, maybe. Maybe the knobs are a little bit shady, but you know what? Go on Alibaba and spend 25 bucks and buy yourself a bag of knobs if you're worried about the knobs. You know what I'm saying? But Behringer has now entered the kingdom of heaven. They are officially running the show. We saw nothing from Moog at NAMM, nothing from Sequential at NAMM, nothing from Arturia at NAMM. And what we see from Behringer, an absolute epic recreation-inspired model of the sickest synthesizer, FM, probably ever, most sought-after vintage synthesizer. I don't think you can really, I think there was only 140 of them made. What's up, Trusto? What's up? What's up, Hans Volt? What's up, Andy Fireblade? Banana Rider, what's happening, everybody? Yeah, I mean, you got Behringer there, they got the JT16, they got the Pro 16 ready to go, they got a Lindrum there, they got a Behringer Wave there. They had so many awesome synthesizers. They had 2 floors. And guess what happened? The Synth Mafia blacked them out. And on Synth Renegade Radio later tonight, 9:30, we're going to be talking all about it. Because the Synth Mafia put out the orders to do a blackout on Behringer. You had Sonic State cover them, you had the Pro Synth Network cover them, and everybody else, radio silent, except for some smaller channels. But when I'm talking about the Synth Mafia, I'm talking about the big boys. You had more people covering Moog who had nothing at NAMM. All they have is the old crappy Labyrinth, the stupid Subharmonicon. I shouldn't say stupid, I actually like the Subharmonicon. And then they had the Moog Muse, which is absolutely extraordinary. No new products, man. What are you doing? Arturia, where's the Super Freak, baby? Where's the Mega Freak? I'm representing all the bros out here. And then you had Behringer there with 2 floors, Cool Audio, Clark Technica, Behringer, all the Music Tribe companies there, and you got nobody covering it. You had Sanjay C, who I watch a lot of his stuff, but man, he just confirmed to me the Synth Mafia is for real. I always thought it was a joke. I made it up as a joke. I made up the Synth Mafia as a joke. It wasn't real. It was a joke. And then every single day that goes on, I'm realizing more and more that the Synth Mafia is a real thing. The Synth Mafia is real because they blacked out Behringer. The only dudes with the nuts to cover it was Sonic State, and Pro Synth Network covered it. And I'll tell you right now, big respect to Pro Synth Network, to Kent, to Andrew, Robbie, because the boys are coming around. The boys are now Behringer bros. All right? They understand that Behringer are a legitimate company. It's time to stop blackballing them with your Behringer derangement syndrome, okay? It's time to get off that kick and realize that Behringer's not only here to stay, they've actually taken over. I think we're January 27th? And we've got 3 or 4 releases from Behringer already this year? I mean, how can you not be excited about this? Even if you hate it, even if you hate Behringer, it's time to put some respect on their name, because they're making high quality stuff now. They're making premium stuff. Look at the Behringer Spice. Look at the Behringer Wave. Look at the LM drum. Old Roger Lynn came out and, you know, put on his old grumpy man act when he should have just grabbed a bag from Behringer and worked with them and made an epic recreation of the LM drum, his classic Lynn drum. He should have just worked with them. But instead, Roger Lynn had Behringer derangement syndrome, missed out on a big bag of cash, and then came out And when Behringer recreated his beautiful machine as an homage and inspired Lindrum, he ragged on it a little bit while also saying the circuitry was premium. He didn't even understand how they could charge so little money for this awesome, high-quality drum machine. Analog filters, epic. And he said, you know what? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, I'm kind of surprised they didn't let you tune all the kit. So Behringer went, hold my Behringer beer. And they went back and got their software team to do a firmware upgrade in about a week. And now you can retune all the Lindrum. How about that? How do you like those apples, as our boy Synth Punk used to say? And old Matt Damon from Goodwill Hunting. Because we're good synth hunting today, baby. And Behringer stole the show. But I'm actually a little bit annoyed. Come nobody went and did the 2 floors, looked at everything. All they did was look at the BX1, the DX1 clone, because it was so mind-blowing, so extraordinary, so fantastic, so beautiful, so delicious, that everybody had to get a peek. Even though they hate Behringer, they had to get a peek because nobody expected it. And what they have? Wave, Lindrum, JT16, Pro 16, and the BX1, all there, baby. Super awesome. That's why I'm going to NAMM next year. 2026, Synth Samurai, and all the synth renegades who want to get on board the choo-choo train. We're going to NAMM. We're going to NAMM. We're calling it NAMM. We're going to NAMM, baby. Good morning, Synth NAMM. And we're going there and we're going to cover it properly. You know what I'm going to do? I'm not even covering anybody but Behringer. I'm just going to hang at the Behringer booth all day. I'm going to sit there with the camera, and I'm just going to hang out at the Behringer booth all day because they need 10 years of catch-up, and I can't believe that Sanjay did 25 awesome things he saw, or 48, or whatever he did at NAMM, and he didn't even cover Behringer. Give me a break, bro. Give me a break. Crazy. That just shows me the synth mafia is real. And it don't even need to be said no more, because the call went out years ago to do a total blackout of Behringer products, Behringer news. And because Behringer didn't send out synths to people, guess what happened? All the shills got pissed off that Behringer wouldn't send them no gear. So they're like, oh, Behringer's not sending us any gear. We're not covering it. It's like, okay, fair enough. Don't cover it then. Crazy. Now, I know Behringer don't need me. I just like Behringer, man. You know why I like Behringer? Because Behringer has finally allowed the everyman to get in and experience what analog synthesizers were like back in the day. No, they're not exact. No, they're not the same. I was watching a show the other day, and one guy was like, you know, a lot of people don't even know what these old synthesizers sound like. That's why they like Behringer. Okay, fine. But guess what? It's not super easy to go out and get these fully built analog synthesizers and get that analog sizzle, that warmth that everybody craved back in the day. It's not hard when a load of people went and had synth guilt and went and sold their all their synth gear and all their vintage gear. Now, if they want to buy it back, they got to spend $8,000, $10,000, $15,000, $126,000 for a DX1. They ain't ever getting a hold of that. And Behringer says, you know what? We'll give it to you for $1,400, $1,300, $1,200. We'll knock it down to $999 eventually. You know what I mean? So that's just crazy. But I'm gonna dart up here now. I'm gonna leave the camera rolling. I gotta run into the coffee shop and grab myself a coffee real quick. If you guys want to sit and hang out for a second, I'll put some music on the radio. It'll get me copyright struck, but who cares? Don't matter. I'll put some music on so you guys can listen while I go in and grab a coffee. I'll be back in a sec. All right, just gotta pull in here and go grab one. But yeah, man, Behringer rules the world. Love it. Too bad. It don't matter anymore now. Their bona fides are made. They're legit. I'm gonna turn up the music here. You guys can chill and listen to them while I go and grab a coffee. One sec. Back in a minute. Silent Sunday. That's what it was at NAMM for Behringer. All right, back to the news, baby. What else? Might as well cover what else was at NAMM. To be honest, the coolest other thing I saw at NAMM was NAMM. Coolest other thing I saw at NAMM was the Melbourne Instruments motorized MIDI controller. That is friggin' cool. Automatic mapping to all your controls. It's got memory for all the synthesizer you have mapped. Man. Yeah, man, it was, the Melbourne Instruments was awesome. Cool. What else did I see that was cool? Stylophone had that new filter controller. I can't remember what it was called. What was it? RD9 or CD9 or... Wish they'd stop naming those things friggin' numbers and letters, man. I just name it. Should have just called it the Black Warp Drive, you know what I mean? Or the Infinite Wormhole Portal. Something like that would have been cool. But yeah, man. NAMM was cool. Apparently everyone's saying that Buchla & Friends, there was more cool stuff at Buchla & Friends, which is interesting. But you know what the real deal is? Super Booth is the real show. I'm starting to think that maybe Super Booth is the way to go. Everybody needs that JT16, man. I just wish someone asked me, how come the JT16 and the Pro 16 weren't plugged in at NAMM? I was like, because I think Behringer wants the initial sounds to be mind-blowing. So they didn't want to have everyone recording potato audio on their iPhones like a bunch of amateurs and making it. And then you have all the haters come out and be like, oh, it doesn't sound that good, blah, 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 blah. So they're going to let their boys, Bartok, Patchdog, and Gatto Bus, they're going to let the boys demo that properly and give everyone a real taste of what that's like. Go ahead and hit the like button if you don't mind. Fired up today. Yeah, so Synth Renegade Mafia YouTube channel tonight. Myself, Echo Craft, Hans Volt, and the Machines One. We'll be doing a whole breakdown on how the Synth Mafia called for a blackout on Behringer at NAMM. And man, you know what? Go look it up. There should have been... Behringer has like 700,000 Facebook subscribers. They got the biggest customer base. There should have been way more coverage of the big boys. Maybe Venus Theory will cover it. He said he was going there. Maybe he'll cover it. But yeah, the Behringer derangement syndrome's off the hook. The Synth Mafia is losing control. They're losing the grip. You know, there's cracks forming in the seams. The shills are getting all worked up. Every video now the shills make, they do a disclaimer and say, I'm not a shill. Have you noticed that? All these guys are like, I'm not a shill. It's like, well, why you got to even bring that up? Who cares if you are? Like I always said, I love those friggin' shills, man. I watch more shill content than anybody. You know what I'm saying? I love the shills. I just wish they'd embrace the shill. Like Trusto was saying the other day on a stream I was watching him. He was like, why don't these guys just throw a hat and a t-shirt on, man? Throw a Moog t-shirt on if you're going to demo the Labyrinth. I'm telling you what, if I ever get into the demo game, and a lot of people think the Synth Samurai is going to take a heel turn and go Hollywood Hogan, full shillbilly, I don't know, maybe it'll happen someday. If I go full shillbilly, I'm going to go full shillbilly big time. I'm throwing on the hat and the t-shirt, and if the company don't send me a hat and a t-shirt, I'm going to print my own and wear it, and I'm going to say in the video, hi, I'm Synth Samurai. And I'm here today with fill-in-the-blank synthesizer, and I'm actually a mercenary contractor hired by them to tell you how awesome this synthesizer is. Now, bear in mind, I'm not going to say one bad thing about this synth. I'm going to glaze this synthesizer so bad that by the time I'm done this video, you're probably already going to have your Visa out, punched in and clicked, and you're going to have this damn synthesizer bought. That's how bad I'm going to glaze this synthesizer, because I'm the super shill, baby. I'm the shill Billy. I'm the shill with the thrill, and I'm going to make you buy this thing. That's how I'll do my demo videos. I'm not doing this, oh, no money was exchanged hands, except for the $3,000 synthesizer you're demoing that you're going to put up on Reverb as soon as this 5-minute video's done. No. I ain't doing that. I'm going to be like, hi, I'm Synth Samurai. Welcome to the Shillbilly, episode 157. Today we got the Groove Synthesis third wave. And today I'm working for Groove Synthesis. I've been contracted to sell you this thing as bad and as hard as I can. And by bad, I mean good. And when I'm done, baby, your ears are going to be ringing so bad with sonic syrup that you're going to go out. You're probably going to tell your wife, baby, we got to go on a vacation soon because I just bought a $5,000 synthesizer. Don't ask any questions. I just finished watching this 30-minute video from this absolute maniac who glazed this thing so bad, I felt like I had an out-of-body experience. I took out my Visa and I swiped it across the computer screen, tapped it on whatever I had to tap it on, and that groove synthesis is going to be here in 2 to 3 weeks, baby, and I'm setting it up in the living room because it's so beautiful, and I never even played it in person. It's just this guy, man, he's baby, so